Laskowitz certainly finding a hand just in the nick of time. 11 big blinds, ace-queen suited. Going to be a situation where he raises here, but will be willing to go with it.
Yeah, unlike the suited king before it, this one can handle some pushback, except the problem is the pushback's going to be coming from an ace-king. As you see, Scott O'Kelly
425.
does 3-bet to 425,000.
Big blinds, how could you possibly fold ace-queen suited? But
you can
alarm
call.
bells?
Can you call and then maybe see what happens and get away, or is that just absurd?
No, I think suited especially, you want to see all 5, right?
So in it goes, 885,000 in total, and Laskowitz obviously very demoralized to be shown the ace-king on his feet already, but 28% equity. All hope is not lost for the 26-year-old Bayport, New York resident. He likes playing basketball and partying. It'll certainly be a party in his camp if he can hold with ace-queen, and not hold, rather, beat the ace-king, and a board that maybe offers him a chop. Paired flop here.
Dramatic pause.
An interesting queen of diamonds on the turn, because A, it puts Laskowitz in front, but B, it gives O'Kelly the diamonds. Certainly would have preferred to leave things as were. Would Scott. And on the river, no diamond, no king, and no problem for Laskowitz as he's going to take a seat and haul in almost $2 million.
885, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, did Karai just stay here after the WSOP? It doesn't feel like the man's left the States, actually.
Oh, no, he went down to, I think, Argentina for a while, if I wasn't mistaken. With some
I think he was in South America, and then, yeah, he probably came back up here. You know what I was talking about with the stacks as shallow as it is, it costs her quite a bit of her stack to call here and lose, but...
Braced for maybe some run bad, and wow, brace yourself even further on a 2-spade flop. 12 outs twice for Lifshitz.
Seemed a little resigned that the ace-king wasn't going to hold up.
Oh, well, now things looking considerably better as the king of diamonds does Lifshitz. So still 12 outs, and there's one of them.
Sorry, man.
The 3 of spades.
Of this, knowing that, knowing that Lifshitz is going to be aggressive here.
Yeah. Wow. These baby aces, a lot of times, do end up being associated with jams on this occasion in the form of a 4-bet from Zobian. Now, he does have the ace. Obviously, the king's vulnerable. 3.2 million chip pot. 9-8 deuce. The deuce of diamonds fitting nicely into Zobian's kit.
Ooh.
And now another diamond fitting even more nicely into the affair. Tense moments for the future of Aram. Can he find the ace or the diamond? He finds the ace of spades. Oh, wow. His pocket sevens. And Laskowitz.
Oh, well.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one.
In the big. Auto all in. Well, hang on.
Interesting.
Rays of hope in terms of an open-ended straight draw as he's up against the set of sevens, but can hunt a 4 or a 9.
Flops this one. Bit of hope.
Still drawing live as the board does not pair on the turn. 8 outs one time for Laskowitz. Can he double and stay alive? No, 5s and 6s not going to be enough for him. And as Ren has jammed and is in an awful way, he is the shorty, 12 bigs, so you can kind of understand the choice, but you hate to see the jam over the top from Tamasauskis. There was one ace there,
Lucky 7.
but it was coupled with another, and not the king that Ren was hoping for.
He can gather.
That is not a lot of it. Queen Jack 8. And 8 is the number of percentage points available to Lin in terms of equity, with 2 to come here. Oh, wow!
What is happening here? Just short stacks.
Every time, worst hand one.
Ooh.
do you do it?
All
Well,
right.
hang on, Victoria. We still got one to come. Okay, now.
Wow.
And we, of
lucky
course,
seven.
know that a 7 went into the muck, so that is a pure one-outer on the turn. 10-9 suited, by the way. Playable kit, generally, but Lin not interested as he defers. Along with Zobian, Lifshitz defends with the king-jack of spades and turns it into an open-ender up
Wow.
against top 2. This is an action development with 8 1/4 in the middle.
Wrong flop for his holding. Gonna go small here. And you wonder how.
But all of that be damned as Lifshitz decides to put all of that pressure on Tamasauskas, who snap calls with the top 2. And you see a little swallow there as the Adam's apple takes a trip up and down the throat on account of the fact that he's playing a 4.3 million chip pot and he is vulnerable. Still 2 to come to find our answer. The first one is no help to Victoria. 8 outs, 1 time. She's seen the worst hand win on so many occasions in these altercations. Can she join the crowd? No! As the 8 on the river.
Yeah, sounds like Kevin was pretty happy about that pay jump.
Can he find the needed ace on the flop? With his 29% equity. Burned down, 3 off the top, and no ace available.
Doesn't want to be greedy here.
There you go, C7. All right, baby.
Similar to the 7 insofar as it does provide some chop outs now to Kevin.
Board pair. It happens, it happens.
He needs an ace for the clean winner. A 7 to chop it up and stay alive, and instead the board does pair, as Zobian prophesized.
The obsession with it.
All in.
Well, there's been a bit of an obsession with the new sponsor here. Today's coverage brought to you in part by
King queen
NZT48
never win, you don't know that?
supplement.
Queen jack.
Ooh, Lin,
Is-
bad shape here.
This was always going to be a moment he was going to have to endure, and both players hit the
10 in
king.
window this time.
10 high, turn, always turn.
Make things interesting for Ren instead. The 4 of diamonds leaves him drawing to 3 outs 1 time.
It's more outs than he had last time. He was all in.
Pocket 7s, I believe, was the spot where only 1 7 was actually available, and he found it on the turn. Is he going to hit on the river?
Nope.
No. Running 4s, and the money cat finds its home.
Have a pretty big edge against him. You wonder, do they know these players' bios? You know, sure, you could look it up online on Hendon Mob, but also probably not expecting them to have played quite as well as Tamasauskas has so far.
But just 10 high up against top pair. As he flats and makes trips on the turn, drawing dead is Zobian.
Zobian limped in maybe as a trap here from the button with some ace-x type holdings. Zobian might be thinking, is he up against maybe 6-5 or 7-6?
Like the busted straight combos in particular are what he's going to have his eye on here with just 10 high.
Wow.
And he does make the call. Now the run good looks like it's continuing for Vladis. Pocket 9s limping in. I think looking to induce. It was
All in.
a queen deuce that ripped it from the button and got away with it. Not this time, though, as Zobian does exactly what Tamasauskas was hoping that he would do and gets his chips into the middle in a bad way against these 2 9s. Just 27% equity in a 4 million chip pot that could potentially decide the victor of event 1. $68,000 difference between second and first. King 10-4. Queen deuce. Shriveling.
Jack.
And now the straights are dire for Zobian. He needs Lady Luck to pay him a visit here and now if he hopes to stay alive. The 3-outer does not come in, however, and the 4 of hearts will leave Vladas Tamasauskas,
All right.
your champion here in event number 1, the 10K no limit, as he collects 239,400. And your runner-up, Adam Zobian, will collect 171K.